Hamas war. The Israeli army says 500 suspects affiliated with terrorist organizations were apprehended and 200 terrorists were eliminated during its siege of Al-Shifa hospital. In a joint statement with the Israeli Security Agency, ISA, the army said those apprehended during the two-week operation were transferred for further interrogation. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people gathered outside the Israeli parliament building in Jerusalem, the largest anti-government protest since Israel launched its assault on Gaza. The protesters on Sunday demanded the government secure a ceasefire deal that would also free Israeli captives held by Hamas in Gaza and called for early elections.
The Israeli military withdrew from Gaza's largest hospital early today after a two-week raid, leaving behind several bodies and a vast worth of destruction, according to Palestinian residents. The military has described the raid on Al-Shifa hospital as one of the most successful operations of the nearly six-month war. It says it killed scores of Hamas and other militants, including senior operatives who had regrouped there after an earlier raid, and it also seized weapons and valuable intelligence. The UN Health Agency said several patients died and dozens were put at risk during the raid, which brought even further destruction to a hospital that had already largely ceased to function. The heavy fighting showed that Hamas can still put up resistance even in one of the hardest hit areas of Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faced growing challenges to power on Sunday as thousands gathered outside parliament to call for early elections and what were shaping up to be one of the largest demonstrations against the government. Some protesters carried signs calling for Netanyahu's immediate removal. Others wielded posters calling for elections, saying those who destroyed cannot be ones to fix. Close allies such as the United States have criticized the heavy toll on civilians and have called on Israel to allow more aid into the enclave where thirst and hunger are widespread. A Palestinian family in the city of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip spent their time at a displacement center in grief after losing their breadwinner who was detained by Israeli forces after the family were forced to leave their home in the north of Khan Yunis. The missing Palestinian's wife said her husband suffered from several eye diseases as well as memory loss. Also, Israeli police say they have arrested the 57-year-old sister of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh as part of an investigation in southern Israel. A police spokesman who confirmed it was Haniyeh's sister said she is suspected of having contact with Hamas operatives and identifying with the organization while inciting and supporting acts of terrorism in Israel. The U.S. and Israel will hold a virtual meeting today to discuss Rafah and southern Gaza, where some 1 million Palestinians have taken refuge. Israel has said it wants to invade the area, but the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden is opposed to such an escalation.